The most common reason that instructors create teams in Angel is to group students together so that they can work on a project online. To create the teams, go to the Manage tab, click the Teams hyperlink in the Course Management nugget, and when you get to this screen you have two choices. You can add a team manually and choose which students go on that team, or you can use the random team generator and Angel will create the team for you and assign students randomly. Most instructors want to create the team themselves and want to choose which students go on that team. So let's click Add a Team. Give your team a name. We'll just call this Team A. Since the purpose of creating these teams is to group students together to work on a project, there's no reason to hide this team, but you must give them file sharing space. That way they have an online area in which they can exchange PowerPoints, documents, and so forth. To give them that file sharing space, click Enabled under Team Tools, and then choose a number of megabytes to give them. We suggest you start with 5, which suffices for most purposes. For instance, it allows students to upload documents and PowerPoints. If students email you or call you and tell you that they are unable to upload certain files, you may want to consider increasing this. When you're finished, you click Save, and now your roster appears and you choose which students you want to place on Team A by putting a check mark next to the students' names. We'll place Student 2 and Student 3 on Team A. When you're finished, you click Add Selected, and now you can see that icons appear next to the student's name, and under Teams you can see which team the students are on. We'll click Done, and we now have Team A established. Let's create a second team. We'll call this Team B. Again, there's no reason to hide this team because the purpose is to allow them to work on group projects together. We'll enable file sharing space so that they can share files, and we'll give them 5 megabytes and save. And you can see in your roster who is on Team A, so you might want to put different students on Team B, and we'll select those students by putting a check mark next to their names. Add Selected, Done. We now have 2 teams established. If you want to add or remove users, you can click these hyperlinks to do so. You can click Settings to make other changes to a team, and you're routed back to this screen. If you want to rename a team or delete a team, you can click these hyperlinks. Students access the file sharing space that you enabled by clicking the Communicate tab. But as you can see, there is no team file sharing space here. That's because you have to add a nugget to the Communicate tab by clicking Edit Page, Add Components. In this drop-down list, you find the Team Files selection, put a check mark next to it, Add Selected. And now you can see under Team Files, the Team A and Team B files display. If you don't add this nugget, students will not be able to see or access their file sharing space. We'll save this. You can see both teams, but students can see only the team to which they're assigned. So let's take a look at this course from the student's perspective by clicking this User Preview button. Student is already selected. Let's select Team A so that we can look at the course from the perspective of a student assigned to Team A. Begin Preview. Let's go to the Communicate tab, and Team A can see only Team A's files. And when a Team A member clicks this link, he can add content, and when he does, he can create folders, files, and so forth. He can not only add content, but also see all content and change all content added by other team members. So you probably want to give students a little bit of direction here. Let's exit this preview. And let's look at it from the perspective of a Team B student. Uncheck A, check B, begin preview. Go to the Communicate tab, and now you can see only Team B files because you're logged in as a Team B member. And again, you want to give your students some directions about how to click this link and what to do once they get in this link.